This is iPhone, and this is iPhone 10. A lot can happen in 10 years. In just 10 years, we came from this to this. Amazing, right? All screen design, right? Face ID, longer power button, dual cameras, glass back, and the specs inside, don't even get me started. And I gotta say, this is a very legendary device. This is really where it all started, right here. 3.5 inch display, no retina display, not even a front facing camera. The headphone jack, it was there. Compared to the iPhone 10, it's no headphone jack. You would need like some kind of adapter because the headphone is really just deep in there, because certain headphones can't even fit, because some of them take like the L-shaped jack that is just not going to be able to rest well with the original iPhone. So you know, Apple did sell adapters back in the days. You had your SIM card on the top, your lock button, which is so skinny as you guys can see. You also have your vibrate on and off switch. And by the way, these buttons are plastic, which is so un-Apple-like to have. Plastic buttons. And as well as this big blob of plastic right here on the bottom too as well, which is so iconic. That was really one of the main reasons why I went with the silver iPhone 10, because, well, it just kind of reminded me of it. This is a silver one. This is kind of like white. You can pretty much say this is white, but the silver frame around it just kind of remind me of the original iPhone. A lot can really change in just 10 years. That's amazing. Back in 2007, you had like those hard touchscreens where you have to really press on it hard. But this, it was a nice flowy touchscreen experience. So fluid at the time. And this is so iconic. Just hearing those clicking noise on the keyboard. That is dope. And look, you even have the YouTube app, man. Kids today won't even understand that YouTube app. And yes, this is running iOS 3. So yeah, it's so laughable to hear that now. And this phone came out June 2007. I forgot which exact date that it came out, but I remember it was June and it was 2007. And you know, fun little fact, I'm getting a little sidetracked. The Apple Watch is the same exact thickness as the original iPhone. Just a little fun fact in case you guys didn't know. Yeah, I don't even think Apple started out with the A1 chip. They started with the A4 chip, then the A5, then the A6, etc, etc. The CPU, I believe it was 400 megahertz, which is so laughable today. Now we got gigahertz now. And the RAM, don't even get me started on the RAM. 128 megabytes of RAM. Whoa. Internal storage, I have 4 gigabytes of storage. I just feel like we just came from this phone, but just bigger. It kind of just feel like that. Like the iPhone 4 was the biggest leap. I just feel like after the 4, it just like everything is just so similar. Holding up an iPhone 10, this is like a leap. No home button whatsoever. It's really a big deal, and having no bezels on the screen except for the notch is a huge deal. Let's just sit down and appreciate those icons real quick. Calendar. You guys can see the animation's a little laggy, but like I said, 2007, keep that in mind. Just pinching and zoom, like at the time, there was cell phones where you have keyboards on the bottom. And you know, it was just a mess back then. iOS 1 didn't feature the App Store. I think this was featured on iOS 3, probably, maybe, or maybe even iOS 2, I'm not too sure. But as you guys can see, the App Store is just loading up slow. And you know, modern Wi-Fi with old technology, I just feel like that just doesn't go. You didn't even have no multitasking. If you double click the home button, it take you to your phone applications, because at the time, we use our phones to actually call people. You don't have no video, so you can only take pictures, and that's it. iPod, there was no such thing as Apple Music. I'm not even sure if Spotify was even around. Maybe it was around. But you do have your iPod. At the time, you have to actually purchase the music on iTunes, which, by the way, you can purchase music on this actual device. You know, throughout the years, technology evolved, things get faster, and it's what it is. Very slippery in the hand. You guys can see, like, this thing is just sliding off my hand. Now, take a look at the iPhone 10. Yes. Wow. First of all, the glass back remind me of the iPhone 4S. My white iPhone 4S was my first ever smartphone. The iPhone 4S was one of my favorite phones of all time. And yes, I love my iPhone 6 Plus, but the iPhone 4, man, that thing was ahead of its time. The glass back give you a nice fancy design. You had an actual flush camera, retina display. That was my favorite phone. And going back to the high school times, yeah. So the fact how we get in the stainless steel design back, it just kind of remind me of the iPhone 2G. I ended up having the same exact wallpaper, just like that, so you guys can have a better feel. Now, the specs on this is featuring the A11 Bionic chip. This is the world's fastest smartphone right now. 10,000 multi-core score, $1,000 smartphone. This thing is insane. No home button. You have all screen. Apple claims it. Now, if you want to go home, instead of you pressing a button, you actually got to swipe up now. Oops. You got to swipe up at that bar. Both lenses are 12 megapixels. You have your flash in the middle. This iPhone doesn't even have a flash. Iconic Apple logo. And notice, there's no labels on the bottom of this iPhone. Nothing at all, making it the cleanest iPhone design yet. You know, obviously this phone is going to be faster. This is a 10-year-old device. If you want to look at your battery indicator, you have to slide from the right ear. You can see how much battery you have. And you also can see the carrier that you have on the side here too. But this is just takes it and put it to a whole new level. It's amazing how the iPhone can pick up every single movement. Now, it is using the front-facing camera. That's the thing. So they could really put this on any iPhone. They can, if they really want to. It's amazing to see the specs evolve like that. Such an increase. Such a dramatic change since the original iPhone to the iPhone 10. Now, my favorite part is the camera. Now, we're going to do some camera tests. I don't even know how you get pictures off of this iPhone. I would love to do a camera test and compare it, but I'm going to figure it out. So guys, 2 months later, I finally figured it out. I ended up having to buy a brand new 30-pin connector cable. The other one I had was pretty jacked up. My computer wasn't recognizing it, so I brought a new cable just for you guys. And I gotta say, the comparison between the iPhone 2G's camera versus the iPhone 10's camera, literally night and day difference. Man, we came a long way. And the time of this recording, it is now 11 years since Steve Jobs announced the iPhone 2G. Man, time is only flying. Technology is only advancing from here on out. And look at the camera performance. Wow. Can it really get better than this? And shockingly, yes. Wow. iPhone 10's camera obviously is the clear winner here. You see what I did there? It's the clear winner. And breathtaking. Alright guys, so I want to perform a quick little speed test just to show you guys how far we progress in terms of technology. Let's open up the calendar app. This is the iPhone 10, this is the original iPhone, iPhone 2G, and let's go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, look, this thing is ready to go. This time I close all my apps running in the background. This one you obviously can't. It take you right there in the phone app. Let's try the photos. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Seemed like the iPhone 10 was ready. Okay, let's launch up the camera app. 3, 2, 1. Okay, iPhone 10 1. And you know, this is just for fun. 11 years later. Alright, let's try the clock. 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's try Apple Music or the iPod app. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Seems like iPhone 10 1. Let's try the calculator app. 3, 2, 1. What the hell? Alright, let's try it again. 3, 2, 1. Okay. iPhone 10 is kicking. You know, obviously. But you guys get the idea. iPhone 10 is faster. It's amazing to see 10 years, or technically now 11 years later, that we came from this to this. You know, it's amazing. And I'm sorry for the delay. You know, I was holding this video for a long time because I couldn't figure out how to get the photos on to my Mac. So I do apologize for the delay, but you know, better late than never. This is what it is. And yeah, there you guys have it. iPhone 10 versus the original iPhone. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching. Other than that, your boy Pops, and I catch you guys in my next video. Peace. Alright, let's see which one is faster to unlock the iPhone. Okay, yeah. Alright, I was expecting that. If you look at the bottom of the phones, you have your charger on the center and you have your two grills on the sides. Bringing back the old times.